The Indiana Farmers Coliseum, the side of this in-state battle between Purdue Fort Wayne and IUPUI. This one goes to the Mastodons by a score of 70-55 with the game recap. Greg Rakestraw and Bob Level with you. Purdue Fort Wayne, Bob, lived up to their billing. They were frequent flyers from three-point range. They made 11 of 31 tonight.
Well, it's their MO, Greg. It's how they play. They've got 4 or 5 guys who can knock down shots anywhere in the building. And, you know, it's one of those interesting nights where one team shoots it from 3 well. Again, you see a multitude of Mastodons knocking down shots from long range. And on the other side, IUPUI really limited from behind the arc.
IUPUI will play these guys again in 13 days. We'll talk about strategy for IUPUI coming up in a moment. What IUPUI did do well, knowing they're not a great three-point shooting team, is get to the bucket. They were 1 of 11 from 3, 42% from the floor. When they had success, Bob, it's because they got to the rim.
Well, they have guys who can get there, Greg. Again, you talk about a number of guys who can put the ball on the floor and get to the rim. Chris Austin there, does it the old-fashioned way, plays hard around the basket. So if you're not knocking down threes, you got to go the old-fashioned route, Greg, and try to get the and one.
Austin with the flush here. He'd be the lone Jaguar in double figures. He'd finish with 12 points in total. 9 different IUPUI players scored tonight. Three-point shooting is the difference in this one. Both teams did a good job of taking care of the basketball, and a special shout-out to Jared Godfrey. 22 points to pace the way for Purdue Fort Wayne. For IUPUI, you're back in action less than 48 hours when you take on Cleveland State, coming up here at noon on Saturday. Thanks for joining us for IUPUI basketball. Jaguars lose this one, 70-55.